Let's begin with nitrogen 1 oxide or dinitrogen oxide. In the laboratory, nitrogen 1 oxide is prepared by heating ammonium nitrate. However, a mixture of ammonium sulfate and sodium nitrate is usually heated. Double decomposition occurs and ammonium nitrate is formed. The ammonium nitrate further undergoes thermal decomposition to give nitrogen 1 oxide and steam according to this equation. And this equation too. If ammonium nitrate is heated directly, there would be expansion of gases, rapid expansion of gases that would lead to an exothermic reaction that would cause an explosion. Properties of nitrogen 1 oxide, the physical properties. It is a colorless gas with a faint, pleasant smell. It causes anesthesia when inhaled. It is denser than air. It causes someone to laugh, and therefore it is called laughing gas. It is slightly soluble in water and insoluble in warm water, and that is why in the laboratory and it is usually collected over warm water. On the part of the chemical properties, it is not reactive at room temperature, but relights a glowing splint. Which other gas do you think, or do you remember, relights a glowing splint? Did you say oxygen? Then you're right. Now that you have found that there is another gas that can relight a glowing splint, and previously we had said that gases that relight a glowing splint are probably oxygen, then how could we distinguish between nitrogen 1 oxide and oxygen gas? Think about it. When nitrogen 1 oxide is passed over heated copper, a black residue is formed. Why is this so? Nitrogen 1 oxide gives off its oxide or its oxygen, combined oxygen, to copper to form copper 2 oxide, which is usually black in color. The equation for the reaction is given here. Nitrogen gas is evolved. Sulfur burns with a brilliant flame in nitrogen 1 oxide to form sulfur 4 oxide and nitrogen gas. As per the equation, it is sulfur reacts with 2 moles of nitrogen 1 oxide to give us sulfur 4 oxide and nitrogen gas. The uses of nitrogen 1 oxide. Nitrogen 1 oxide is used as an anesthetic in dental surgery. This is kind of an old school way of giving anesthesia to dental patients. It was used back in the 80s and late 19th century. However, it was found that nitrogen 1 oxide has adverse effects on the health of a person if taken in large quantities, and therefore it was stopped. It is also used as an oxidizer in racing car engines and rocket fuels. Now, for those of you who are enthusiasts of racing cars, you may have known that when a racing car is at very high speed and the driver wants to boost the speed into even greater levels, they would inject nitrogen 1 oxide through a cylinder placed near the driver's seat into the engine, and this would give a lot of oxygen into the combustion chamber of the engine and hence boost the speed of the vehicle. It is also used to produce flames for analytical work. There are some delicate analytical works that require precise amounts of oxygen and precise temperatures and flames, which require controlled amounts of oxygen that can be produced by nitrogen 1 oxide. It is also used as a food additive. Probably the foods that are usually stored in aerosol cans are usually pressurized by adding nitrogen 1 oxide, which gives them a pleasant smell and also increase the pressure